Are you aspiring to become an investor, but you don't really know where to get started or how to get started? Micro investing may be the best bet for you to get started as soon as today and with as little as $5. Hi, my name is Brian, and on this channel, we talk all things personal finance. And this video specifically, I'll be talking through this money app called Acorns. I'll be covering it, reviewing it, giving you the ins and outs, the ups and downs, and my thoughts on how this app works and maybe how it can work for you as well. So let's just get started. What is Acorns anyways? Acorns is this app that connects directly with your debit card and bank account. And essentially what it does is anytime you make a purchase, it will round up that purchase to the nearest dollar. So let's say you spent $4.50 for a coffee. It will round up that 50 cents and then put this into your Acorns investing account. I remember when I was a kid, my parents would take their spare change anytime they paid for cash and they'd put it in this jar. And then at the end of the year, when we would go on vacation or during the summer, all of that spare change would be given to my sister and I, and we'd get to use it for so much fun. Nowadays, spare change is a little bit harder to come by. In fact, I'm pretty sure my kids wouldn't be as excited as I was getting that spare change.
$6. It's like $1 an hour.
Knowing that so many people don't carry cash anymore, Acorns came up with this concept to create spare change once again, but they took it the extra step forward and allowed you to start investing with that spare change.
Lucky.
So that's pretty cool. Well, we know what Acorns is now, and now we're going to talk about how it actually works. If you've ever started investing before, you can feel overwhelmed. It's so simple to do so because there's lots of options out there. There's individual stocks, there's ETFs, there's bonds, there's real estate, there's cryptocurrency, NFTs, and there's thousands and thousands of options out there. Acorns, on the other hand, has a little bit different of an approach. Instead of giving you thousands of options out there, they label it down all the way to 5 simple options for you to choose based off of your own risk tolerance and your goals and your aggressiveness, basically. So let's just cover these 5 options really quickly. The very first one is conservative. And so you're going to take a very conservative approach to your investing, and it's going to be 100% in bonds, which really don't give you much return at all, but they do guarantee that your money is safe for the most part. And so that's a really conservative way to do it. So that's the first option. The second option is moderately conservative, which will be mainly bonds once again at 60%, but you'll have 40% into stocks. The cool thing about getting invested in stocks, especially in these 5 options, is they actually invest into ETFs, which means you're going to be investing in a whole lot more than just one individual stock at a time. In fact, you'll be invested into hundreds and hundreds of stocks rather than one when you go through one of the other 4 options rather than conservative. The third option is moderate, which will be 40% bonds and 60% stocks. So this is going to be slightly more aggressive and you're likely to see a little bit more return, but it's still going to be fairly safe for the most part. And the fourth option is moderately aggressive, which is 20% bonds and 80% stocks. Currently, this is the option I've gone with, but pretty soon I'm going to up it to the next option just because I want to get a more aggressive return. And I'm okay with missing out on some stuff if stocks tend to go down a little bit. I'm totally okay with that. Instead, I'd rather take the chance on this investing machine called Acorns and just try to see how far it can go. And lastly is option 5, which is aggressive. And of course, this is exactly what it is. It's an aggressive approach, taking 100% of your investment and putting it into ETFs or stocks. So you won't have any bonds, but you're going to be pretty aggressive as you go through in this investment. So I wanted to give you a look at what the app looks like on the inside. This is a desktop for sure, but you can see the same thing on your phone. So I click on Invest in Your Future, and right now it shows after 2 months, there's $112 in there. And recent activity shows dividends of 2 cents. I have a recurring investment once a month of $5 and roundup investments happening as they come. One thing I really like is there's a performance area, and when you look at it, it says 3.1%. And that means over the past 2 months, I've seen 3.1%, which is pretty sweet. Over the course of a year, if you're seeing anywhere from like 8% up, then you're doing pretty well. So 3% in 2 months is pretty awesome. I also wanted to give you a look at the view potential portion of Acorns, which basically shows you your return over the lifetime of using Acorns. So if you keep the same investment habits, it's going to show you what your account is going to look like over the course of your life. So you can see by the time I'm 59, this is what it's going to look like. So, what else can Acorns do? I mean, we've covered what it is and how it works. There's actually a lot more functions, but before I get into those, if you find this video helpful, I'd love for your support and help by clicking the like button and hopefully the subscribe as well, and leaving a comment below letting me know how well this is working for you and if you're going to likely use Acorns here in the future. Outside of investing your spare change, Acorns actually does have a lot of other features that you can use, and they've broken them down into 5 different categories, including invest, later, spend, early, and earn. The first category is invest, which we've actually already talked about. It's the roundup feature to save that spare change and invest it for you. There's actually 3 ways that you can customize this experience to your likings. For instance, the first way is you can change the roundup from $1 to 25 cents, 50 cents, or 75 cents instead. Second, you can actually change the multiplier. So instead of investing just 25 cents, let's say that was your roundup, you can do a 2 times multiplier, a 3 times multiplier, or a 10 times multiplier, meaning that 25 cents could be multiplied by 3 to 75, or by 10 to $2.50. And thirdly, you can set a recurring transfer from your bank account over to the Acorns app, and that could be daily, weekly, or monthly, and you can set it up to be pretty much as you want. So there's a little bit more effort into putting more into your investing account. So that covers investing, and instead of going into a deep dive of each of the 4 other categories and making this video way too long, I'm going to be just covering a brief overview of each of them. And if you'd like to get more information on how these work, leave me a comment below and let me know which section you want to learn more on, and hopefully I'll be able to make another video for you. So let me know in the comments below. So in the middle of putting this video together and doing the editing, Acorns actually came out with another new feature that I wanted to show you before I finished editing this video. So you can select your portfolio, and I've already kind of covered this before, but the portfolios that you can choose from include these moderately aggressive like mine, but if I scroll down and I can change the actual theme, and that theme can be changed from core, which is the current model, to sustainable portfolios, which means, and I'll just read this, you can invest in yourself and your planet with diversified, expertly designed ESG portfolios. And just from right here in the sustainable portfolios, I'll just read this again, is the Acorn sustainability portfolios are made of funds that have been selected based on their environmental, social, and governance business practices, or their ESG rating. So these aren't set by Acorns itself. It's just a general ESG rating. And so you can start investing into different portfolios or different types of organizations based off of this rating, if that is very important to you in your investments. So this portion of the sustainable portfolios, this is basically an observation of how they work, and this is from Acorns itself. They're based off of an ESG rating, which isn't something that Acorns came up with themselves. It's a criteria breakdown that is based off of their environmental, social, and governance business practices. So if we click Let's Go, you can kind of get a general idea on how this works environmentally, which let's see, it says these funds reduce carbon footprints by an average of 35.5%. And then there's some social factors as well as some governance factors that kind of just put this whole sustainable portfolios together. And so the idea is they'll perform pretty well. And for me or for you, it may be beneficial if that is very important to you to have sustainability in the marketplace and to invest in those types of companies. The second category is later. So if you have an Acorns account, you can upgrade it to the second tier, and you will now open up the retirement features that Acorns has. And this allows you to start investing into a traditional IRA or a Roth IRA. Now, if you have any questions about a Roth IRA or a traditional IRA, I actually have a video about each of those describing the ins and outs and the benefits between the two of them, which I'll leave links in the description below so you can check those out. The third category is spend, which Acorns gives you the ability to open a checking account with benefits like instant roundup, investing, fee-free ATMs, and automatic investing with your paychecks. The fourth category is early, and this is actually a category I'm really excited about getting to use here in the future. And this will be a category that allows you to invest with your kids. Essentially, you open up a custodial account, which gives the rights to the child, but gives you the control until they're 18 to start investing. So it works very similar to the investment account, and you get to start investing and teaching your kids what investing is, which is pretty cool. And I'm pretty excited about doing that with my kids. The fifth category is earn. Acorns is partnered with over 200 different brands, which allow you to get cash back into your investing account just by using the app. So, for instance, if you were to book a stay with Airbnb, but you go through the Acorns app, they'll end up giving you cash back right into your investment account, which is pretty sweet. It's almost like they're sharing this commission or affiliate kind of income and giving you a portion of it just by using the app. So now you know a whole lot more about this Acorns app and how it works, and I just want to give you my final thoughts about Acorns as a whole. At the moment, the only real downfall I see for the very new and beginning aspiring investor is the pricing model. Technically, you need a decent amount of money in your investing account until it starts to reap a benefit compared to other robo-advisors. For instance, Acorns is only $1 per month, which is not expensive by any means. The thing about it is, though, is that other robo-advisors, which this would fall into that category, charge about 0.25%. And in order for Acorns to meet that match, you would actually have to have about $5,000 in your Acorns account to meet the 0.25% as far as $1 per month goes. Now, here's the deal. Although Acorns is technically a little bit more expensive than any other robo-advisor, $1 isn't all that much. And the other ones don't give you this hands-off experience that Acorns does. In fact, you get to invest, you don't even have to think about it, and it takes care of it on its own, without you having any play at all. So that's one of the really great things about Acorns that I love so much. If you want to get started with investing today with Acorns, all you have to do is click the link in the description below, and you'll be taken to the sign up screen. And in fact, by using this link, you'll get $5 free. So it's basically free money. You might as well do it. And I can't wait to see you next time.